the Basics of Gardening, the best YouTube channel ever. Or so they say. My name is Andrea Candenoza. I'm a senior who attends Greenville Technical Charter High School. I started this YouTube channel because my school has a senior project that every senior must do to walk at graduation. My project is on why adolescents should go into gardening and what they can learn about biology. Anyways, today we're going to do a complete introduction to gardening. First, let's answer the age-old question. Why should one start gardening? There are multiple reasons why one should start growing plants. Firstly, they look pretty. Secondly, they look pretty. That's it. But if you need me to list more, gardening produces tasty and safe food. Nothing tastes better than homegrown vegetables. Growing your own vegetables is also very healthy for both you and the environment. Not only do you get an excellent workout from growing your own vegetables, but you also don't have to worry about pesticides or preservatives being on your veggies. Wait a second. What are pesticides and preservatives? Well, according to the NIEHS, or the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, pesticides are any substance used to kill, repel, or control certain forms of plant or animal life that are considered to be pests. To put it in simple terms, it is a product full of different chemicals that are usually used to kill insects eating the plants or weeds stealing nutrients from the plants. The thing with pesticides is that they can be used in both big farms and local gardens. But since your garden probably won't be as big as a professional farm, you'll definitely not need to use as many pesticides. And if you decide to use one, then you'll be able to tell what chemicals are being used on your plants. Now that we know what pesticides are, let's find out what preservatives are. Preservatives are chemicals that are put on produce to prevent them from browning, molding, or decaying while being shipped or while being stocked in stores. Preservatives aren't necessarily harmful, but certain chemicals used as preservatives, like sodium hypochlorite, the active ingredient in bleach, may leave consumers a little wary to eat produce. Many produces sold individually in store, like apples or cucumbers, also tend to be covered in wax to preserve the freshness. Although this wax won't kill you or make you sick, you definitely don't want to be putting substances in your body that don't need to be there. A simple way to avoid eating unnecessary pesticides and preservatives is to wash off your fruits and vegetables after buying them from the store. Growing your own vegetables is also great for the environment because those pesticides that are sprayed on the plants in massive amounts on farms won't be polluting the air and water. And fossil fuels will not be needed to transport produce from across the country. There will also be less soil erosion and less energy use. Did you know that 3 billion tons of topsoil erodes every year due to mass farming? And that the farming industry uses 12% of the country's total energy supply per year? Talking about soil, everyone knows that it's one of the 3 key ingredients of planting: soil, water, and sun. But what is soil and why is it so important to plants? Soil has 4 main ingredients: dirt, organic matter, water, and air. Dirt is composed of broken down rocks and contains minerals such as magnesium, calcium, and iron. Organic matter is composed of things like worms, insects, fungi, and decomposing matter, like fallen leaves. After these 4 ingredients mix together, they form what we know as soil. Soil has 5 different layers: the organic layer, topsoil, subsoil, parent material, and bedrock. The main reason why soil is so important is because soil provides nutrients to plants and a place for them to grow. If there was no soil, then the roots of the plants would not have anything to latch onto or grow from. Now, let's take a look at water's vital role in planting things. Well, to begin with, water is necessary for every living thing: your pet dog or hamster, the grass that you stepped on your way to school this morning, the fish in the ocean, and you. Plants are 80 to 95% water. That's 20 to 35% more than the average human who's 60% water. Water in plants is used for multiple things like transporting nutrients and minerals, cooling the plants, and photosynthesis. Before we cover photosynthesis, let's briefly talk about the water cycle. The water cycle is fueled by the sun, and it's a process of reusing water. When I say reusing water, I don't mean using water from your bath to brush your teeth. What I mean by reusing water is the earth recycling water and moving it between lakes, rivers, and oceans, the atmosphere, and the land. There are four main parts of the water cycle: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Evaporation is the first step of the water cycle, and it's when water evaporates into the air, turning into a gas called water vapor. Plants also lose water in the atmosphere through a process called transpiration. Condensation, the second step, is when the water vapor rises into the sky while cooling down into a liquid. This is how clouds are made. Precipitation is when the clouds hold too much water and that extra water falls and returns to the earth in the form of rain, hail, snow, or sleet. Collection, the final step, is when the fallen water is collected on earth in bodies of water, on vegetation, on top of umbrellas, and etc. Our last key ingredient is the sun. The sun is the main source of energy for every living thing on earth. The sun produces both heat and light energy. Plants use this light energy for photosynthesis. Plants are autotrophs, which means that they create their own food called glucose. Like I said earlier, plants need light energy from the sun for photosynthesis, but they also need water and carbon dioxide from the air. The mixture of these three things allow plants to be self-sufficient in nature. This also means that if you decide to start your own garden, that you do not need to go out and buy some expensive food for your plants, like the 8-piece count chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A or a chalupa from Taco Bell. You can just breathe on and water your plant. At the end of the day, the decision to start your own vegetable garden is completely up to you, and no one will shame you for not having one. Boo! You hate the earth! How does it feel to love pesticides? But if you do decide to start the journey, then I hope that I can be of help. Thank you so much for watching the video, and feel free to subscribe, like, or share with your friends if you think that this video was helpful. Have a great day. Or night. I don't know what time you're watching this. See you again in the next video. Thank you.